In Virginia, and Petey Lasalla has one of the very best in the country. He led Virginia in the second half to make their comeback against Carolina and had an outstanding 2019 tournament season.
Lasalla versus Michael Autry. These two players took the opening face-off back in 2019. They do so again today. And the Wahoos have the first possession of the afternoon with their goalkeeper in Alex Rose. We've hyped the Canadians for Robert Morris. It is Virginia's Canadian sharpshooter, Peyton Cormier, with the first tally of the afternoon. Still a scramble on the face-off. Picked up right in front. Bearing down is Perkins of Robert Morris. That's a brave ground ball.
The position is something Robert Morris is used to seeing, and they've done very well against ACC competition.
Lasalla scoops up the face-off. Now, it was the opener in the season down in Durham, but nevertheless, they have the talent, and they can compete in bursts with ACC teams. Can the Wahoos answer right back? Cormier has his second.
Well, that's what Petey Lasalla does.
Goalless streak versus UNC with a hat trick. That was Virginia's latest match and was a loss on this field, and gave Virginia some time, Doug. That was,
this level of competition is something Robert Morris is used to seeing, and they've done very well against ACC competition.
Lasalla scoops up the face-off. Ground balls around the cage. Turnovers at midfield. This is exactly the game that Robert Morris wants. It's a team that thrives in chaos.
Well, they want the game to be a little bit scattered, and this a perfect bounce right to Ryan Smith. No way that Virginia's defense is going to recover.
Remember, this is a Robert Morris team that was leading Duke 4-0 after the first 6 minutes of that match. Now, it was the opener in the season down in Durham, but nevertheless, they have the talent, and they can compete in bursts with ACC teams. Can the Wahoos answer right back? Cormier has his second.
Well, that's what Petey Lasalla does for Virginia. He can turn the game around.
Broke a two-match goalless streak versus UNC with a hat trick. That was Virginia's latest match and was a loss on this field, and gave Virginia some time, Doug. That was a midweek game.
Well, the one thing about playing the zone, it's, you're going to have to move the ball and then dodge quickly. You can dodge zones, but you have to get the ball movement.
Clean face-off win for Lasalla, 4-on-3.
Possessions, John, which team can control the ball the most, and Petey Lasalla has given Virginia those opportunities after being down 2-1.
Lasalla has won all 7 of the face-offs now.
And we have the first violation on Robert. He's one of those 5 players we talked about that were 5 leading scorers for their team. And again, another experienced player. Career 39 goals, 31 assists.
The question is, can the Colonials win a face-off? Have not done so today, and Virginia on a break in this game. And can Petey Lasalla keep it going? 64% this season, and this will help. Got his stick tied up.
Second violation on Robert Morris.
Such an athletic, high firepower team for UVA. And that win right there, face-off win. So far, the answer on all 10 face-offs has been no, and now make it 11 face-off wins this afternoon and 11 attempts for Petey Lasalla. And if Robert Morris can start winning some face-offs, look out. Stephen Delamonica out there, the freshman. Highly talented rugby player in high school. And a rugby match breaks out at the face-off dot.
Now what do we got? We got a kind of adjustment if the Robert Morris is making it the face-off, not having won any in the first half.
It was Stephen Delamonica out to take it for the visitors. And finally, Robert Morris has won a face-off in this match in their 13th attempt.
They won it on wing play. They won. But those are turnaround plays, and right away, Connor Schellenberg is the leading freshman scorer in the country right now, goals and assists combined. 2
goals today for Keeley. Delamonica back to take the face-off for Robert Morris, joined by Lasalla of Virginia, and the call going against the home side. And Lars Tiffany with less than 5 to go in the third quarter. A much-needed face-off win for Virginia off the violation. And can Virginia settle down here and get a quality possession?
You know, the face-off numbers that Virginia...
Another violation on the face-off.
They are really good at it.
20th face-off today. Robert Morris has only won 4.
All in the second half.
Chaotic ground ball. And there is the 5th face-off win of the afternoon.
3 wing play, scramble, ground balls, and that's the Robert Morris strength is the contested ground balls where they can pick it up and then get into their quick score offense.
Stephen Delamonica back to take the face-off for the Colonials.
And 3rd violation.
And he gets whistled for a violation, and because that's the 3rd of this half, it is a penalty on
quick score offense.
Stephen Delamonica back to take the face-off for the Colonials.
And 3rd violation.
And he gets whistled for a violation, and because that's the 3rd of this half, it is a penalty on Robert Morris, and Virginia's going to go man up.
Well, one of the things they're trying to do with the new face-off grips, which means both players are in neutral grip and not allowed to touch the knee on the ground, but they're also trying to avoid having players clamp the ball to try to guide it to a wingman. They want the ball out quickly, and it looked like the Robert Morris face-off man held the ball too long, and that's a violation. So Virginia starts the 4th quarter. I don't think this surprises them at all. I think this is the game they expect to be able to play, and this is the confidence they have in what they do.
Their coach, Andrew McMahon, said, we'll play anyone, anywhere. We're just happy to just here in this game alone. Morris Tiffany said, that's the player we got to get going. He looks like
the face-off win. Another violation and another foul on Robert Morris.
3 quick ones. The Cavaliers taking control now, and one of the reasons has been Petey Lasalla at the face-off spot.
Scott Bauer.
And is this the end of what was a very defiant showing from Robert Morris?
He is really tough.
Clean win for Lasalla. Flag down.
He is really tough.
Clean win for Lasalla. Flag down. And the call going on Robert Morris. And they are hurting at the face-off spot. Not only are they losing the face-offs, they're committing penalties on it as well.
Yeah, that time Michael Autry. So they keep switching face-off men back and forth. And they've been...
Robert Morris win a vital face-off. They have struggled mightily at the spot. And Petey Lasalla has absolutely dominated there.